Well, welcome sports fans from around the world. Ooh, sounds like my microphone's really loud. Oh God, sports fans from around the world, welcome to GT3 eSeniors World Championships. We are at Valencia today in Spain for the Porsche Cup, regular Friday broadcast. Yes, sir, Spain in Valencia. Its actual name is, I'm going to use my great French accent, of Circuit de la Comunidad Valencia Ricardo Tormo. And Ricardo Tormo is a world champion motorcycle racer. That's why they name it after him. And say hello to our co-broadcaster today, Brad Mears. Say hi, Brad. Oh, okay, yeah. You don't get. Oops, I think go back to that again. Your mic was off for a second. Go ahead.
I was saying that I hope not being here last week. I hope we can call that a medical leave so I can still get paid.
No vacation pay, no medical leave. What do you think? What kind of a country do you think we live in here? All right, so let's get started. Valencia is an interesting tack, but I'm going to throw up something that I like to do here. A track flyover of Valencia from a few hundred feet in the air. So yeah, Valencia is actually the town is called Ceste. It's about 26 miles from the actual town of Valencia. I don't know if they've ever had. I don't think they've ever had a. It's a motorcycle racetrack. If there's anybody on, Nikos, I see you're on. Tell me how the volumes are for both me and for Brad. Yeah, it's a motorcycle track, but an Formula E test track, which is kind of interesting. Built in 1999, 4.005 kilometers. There must be a couple of feet somewhere that didn't make it exactly 4 kilometers, but that's 2.489 miles, and there are 14 corners. Something else I found on Wikipedia, it is the GT3 record is 1.32 seconds, but the Porsche Cup record is 1:34.96. I think some of our guys are actually pretty close to that time.
Yeah, I think so too. And I'm glad you dug up some GT3 references. I believe back in the day also GT1, the old GT1 class may have run here as well. Now, don't quote me on that. I've been wrong once or twice before.
Oh yeah. I keep thinking 1999 is not a very old date, but that's because I'm old. That's 24 years ago. So it's a pretty old track. So yeah, I like the doing these flyovers because you can kind of see a little bit of the elevations. You see what's going on around them. I think there was, if you look down the plateau in a second here, after you get by the strait, I think it looks like there's an airport down in the valley there, but it's a little bit of an elevation change. I didn't find that. But okay, that's enough of that track. Let's go back to our wonderful faces here, or my face anyway. And I will get the standings up. That's our next thing to talk about. Make sure everything in the mics are good. Yes, it looks like it. So let's do the standings. Yes, so in first place with 111 points, with 2 first place finishes, since his fifth place finish got knocked out, is Chris Moses, and he is here today. Second place, Steve Young, not very far behind because he's got 2 second place finishes, 98 points. Third is Derek Bird with not far behind because he's got a second and a third place with 93 points. Sylvain Dessard's got a little bit of work to do. 2 fourth place finishes that are standing for him, 80 points. And Jonathan Wood is technically in 5th place, but we know that Jonathan is retired from the season. So really in 3rd place is Patrick Larson with a 6th and a 5th place finish with 71 points. So the standings are still really, really tight. Chris, I believe, probably has a couple of fastest laps too. So that's why he's got a couple of weird number like 111. So that's going to be interesting, isn't it, Brad?
Yeah, it is. And I think for some of the guys, well, fifth place and lower at the moment said that, looking at some of Merce's times, ooh, what, like a second out of the field here at Valencia so far? So he can make some inroads here on Chris Moses. Look, that's what everybody's trying to do, right?
Yeah, right.
Moses is generally the guy to gun for, but yeah, Jonathan Wood is out there. We know the tremendous speed he's got. Oh no, Sylvan, Derek Bird, and Steve Young. I'm not going to say he's come out of nowhere, but I have to say, very impressive speed in both the Porsche Cups here and the GT3 class. So,
Yeah. No, these. One of these days I'm going to do a points total for all 3 series here to see who is the best all around kind of guy. But big name, all the big names are here. They're all racing today. We had 14 people on track. Just get myself set up a little bit here, but I won't throw it up there until we get qualifying started. Just checking out the stream here for stuff that's going on. I see there's a bunch of stuff on the. That's the guys talking in the pits. Nothing on the stream so far. Did you say you took a lap in the Porsche Cup today?
Yeah, I took a couple laps around here. The Porsche Cup actually does pretty well around here. Turn-in entry is great on the Apex. Okay, but there are a lot of really technical acceleration events around here, Mike. And the Porsche doesn't necessarily like those hard accelerations.
Yeah. You got to watch your throttle. Yeah.
Going to be a ton of throttle management. That's right.
Yeah.
And then in those close racing situations, I think I'll be honest with you, Mike. I think we could even see a few offs.
Yeah, I have a feeling too. Yeah, I have a feeling. Yeah, but these motorcycle tracks are like that too, aren't they?
Sure.
So we're getting.
Sure. Yeah.
So it looks like. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, you mentioned before the broadcast. It would be interesting to know what the motorcycle guys think of this track.
Okay, well, I'm just going to get, well, qualifying is officially started. There we go. Let me find somebody and change the camera here. There we go. And make sure I'm on Twitch. There we go. And I'm not really in the drive mode yet. There we go. We should be all set. Yeah, there we go. So now let's see who is out first. 8:23. That is Krister. Krister got out first. I think that's. So we're going to follow along with him as soon as I find my cursor. Where is Krister? There we go. There's Krister. He has a brand new livery. H&M is a store for is a store, clothing store. One more thing here. Secondary data. I think we're going to see both. We're going to see the actual time, and we're going to see the time gap that they have on their best lap on the tower there. Yeah, so H&M is actually a Swedish store. I didn't realize that. Of course, Krister is Swedish.
Now, that's great. Beautiful livery, obviously. If you're gonna advertise something or create a great livery, why not do it of yourself? Maybe a big smiling face on the hood, dedicated to whoever. Right?
I think he said his brother-in-law works for H&M, so that was a little bit of a thing to him. Speaking of sponsors, let's talk about them. Syndeo, voice over internet protocol company. Sim3D, makers of some fine sim racing products. And Castle and Crown, products for events and magic wands, Harry Potter wands. So thank you very much for our 3 sponsors today. So this is going to be a hot lap for Krister. Let's get back to Krister. Oh, we're still following him. Let's maybe get in and see where he is in the lap. He's about halfway through. I wish I could put up I liked having the track map up on there, but the new software doesn't allow us to do that.
Next update.
Yeah, maybe. So who's right behind Krister? 701. That is Derek. So what happened? Chris Moses is usually out there first. He's not out there this time. So we're going to have...
Moses, yeah, he did look a little lost as
He doesn't often spend a lot of time in the Cup car, so maybe he's just still working things out. So here comes Krister on the first lap, first hot lap. Probably set the actual pole position right about now. And there he goes. Or did he? Oh, he didn't have a valid lap. So Ponoff got the lap in. Or are we not following the right guy here? So Ponoff. Guess Krister didn't register a lap there for some reason. There's Moses, came in second.
Yeah, best final sector there. Merche is going to be so difficult to beat here, I think, today. But maybe one of these guys will find a little something for him.
Merche hasn't been in the last couple of races, has he?
Yeah, no, I noticed that. He's well off on the points.
Okay, we've got our top 8 guys have put in a hot lap there now. So who is up there? Nikos has got a better time going. Bird's got a better time going. Let's see where Bird is. I keep hitting the wrong button here for who's... There we go. There's Derek in his blue livery as usual. I'll go to Helicam, see how that looks on this track. Some of the Helicams aren't very nice. Silverstone was terrible, but I think this one's pretty good.
Yeah, most drivers slightly ahead of their time at the moment. Of course, you know, that third lap coming up where the car's going to operate the best, right? So
Yeah. There, Derek just putting in this next lap. Getting to second. Lots of time left yet today. This is another track where when I've been practicing, you can get there's a couple of corners you got to watch for track cut warnings. I've been off on a couple. I forget which one it is. It might be this one right here we're watching. If you go off too far, it'll give you a track cut warning, and then you know you only get a few of those.
yeah, there are. Whoa, Hanov has a huge slide. Yeah, of course, turn 1 is very generous, right?
Yeah,
Way out on
yeah.
the green, but it's easy even then to get a little too aggressive because you know you have so much room. So it's still easy to go from there. But you're absolutely right. There are quite a few corners here. There might not be as close.
That's a pretty good time for Merche, 1:33.8, because everybody's nobody's matching that too well.
No, I don't think anybody can even catch the 33.8. That was on his second lap. Like so, we saw what a 33.3 if memory serves there in practice.
Oh, yeah, okay. Bird's got a.
Yeah, really fast.
Bird's not going to improve by very much here. No, he just lost it all, coming close to his last lap, or coming close to the finish line, I mean. Well, this gives Thomas a little bit of airtime there. He's got a better lap going. Might move him into... No, he's 35. No, he won't move him up on the board. Who's coming up next? Sylvain Dessard, couple of tenths. Pop him up 1. There he goes. Popped him up 1. That was good announcer timing there. I do not have a... I don't have an advanced look, so that was just luck that he... So Derek's got a good lap going. He had a 0.3 for a second there. Now he lost it all right there. He's halfway through his lap. So he's got time to get up there a little bit more. Yeah, this track is, I find it hard to find time on it. You know, it's just, you can never it's hard to get a perfect lap where you hit every one of these corners. Oh, Derek looks like he ran into some traffic there.
Yeah, again, it just has to do with the technical nature and
Yeah.
the nature of the Porsche. The combination of the two makes it really tough to get in that best lap.
Well, our fellow announcer's got a good lap going. He's up a half a second on his current best. May not get him up into 6th, however, but good to see he's got a good time going. Whereas he's coming across the finish line right now. Let's see if he gains a spot or two. He gave you a spot. There he goes. Nice. All right. So who else has got stuff going? I like having this both times up there on the timing tower. That's pretty cool. And I believe next to the name there, the sector times are the usual colors. Purple is best overall, and green is best for that driver. Everybody's still out there, but I don't see any green on the tower. Do you? Isn't there?
No, I don't. And speaking of those sector times, I've been looking at the Derek Bird sector times. On my timing and scoring, they're very close to Merche. However, well, I guess that's like the combined sector times of the best lap, probably just best overall. So
Is it?
I forget I said anything.
Okay.
Still figuring out the timing and scoring here on the
Let me do a.
third-party app.
Let me do a comparison here. I think I can do a comparison. If I go to Merche and then I double click this guy. There we go. There's a comparison of something or other on the board there now.
I will say this, however, that all of Derek Bird's sectors, his best sectors, have been very close to Merche's best sectors.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The time is definitely there for Derek.
Yeah, I think the graphic there is showing current lap. So you see Merche is down 0.3 on his best lap, and all his sectors are red. Whereas Derek's are, I don't know what yellow quite means. Maybe it's better than Merche's, but not his best. So who are we following here? Oh, Sylvain Dessart's got a decent lap going.
Yes, he does.
Oh, half a second up. That's going to bring him quite a few spots.
Yeah, he's going to need a bit more than that, but it gets him quite a bit closer there.
How is he doing in terms of location? Oh, he's about halfway through. Let's see if he can. Let's follow along with him in his cockpit for a change. And just checking the volume here. Brad's volume is low. Okay, I'll pump him up.
Sylvain still continuing to advance on his time, and he's creeping in on that Moses fourth place.
How's he doing? 0.7, 0.6. Oh, he ran into traffic right at the end there. Oh, he lost a ton. Too bad. Still get him a spot, I think.
Yeah, everybody's slightly ahead of their time that are on track at the moment within the top six.
Including Merche, as you noticed. Just watch Merche. That's going to really... Did he just go by? No, he's halfway through. No, he just lost it all. He was up a half a second, wasn't he?
Lost it all and quite a bit more. He was a couple tenths.
So there's time to be had. There's Moses. He's getting a better lap in.
Derek Bird only within 4 tenths off. Now is 2 tenths within that provisional pole.
3 minutes left. We're getting down to the last few.
Now he has lost his time. Derek.
Wow. See, you need push when you push. Just goes to show you, if you had a perfect lap, you could gain lots of time, which is going to be interesting during the race too.
Yeah, like we were saying, there's so many acceleration events on out track.
Here comes Chris. He's going to jump up a few spots. He's going to get on the podium. Second place. Wow. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah, okay, so gets them within 3 tenths or so. Chris Moses, Derek Bird still right there. Patrick Larson not too far off.
But look at Merche. He's got time to make up. He's found some time, that's for sure. He's only a third into his lap, but he's found time in a few of the early corners.
Sure has, and if he holds it together, he'll be in good shape.
Yeah.
A couple laps left here.
Yeah, not too many to go.
Let's see, where is he at?
who's not here today. Well, go ahead.
Just tough corner after tough corner around here.
Steve Young's not here today, is he? Our second place guy. Yeah, he's missing.
Not here today.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it's Chris Moses and Derek Bird Day and Sylvain.
Oh, Merche is just crushing his lap. Oh.
Look at that. Look at that. 132.9. That's a new lap record, track record. I don't know if that track record. I don't know if that track record in Wikipedia was right. New track record. Way to go.
I think maybe these guys are just that good.
Okay. New car, maybe. Maybe it's a new car. They haven't had a chance with the new cars. So this is going to be a last lap for a number of guys. And let's see who has got something going. Derek's got a little bit of something going.
Top 5 currently on my scoreboard, all showing pretty close to their best time at the moment.
Yep. Follow along with Derek. Where is he in his lap? He's about 2/3 of the way in. Sylvain just lost a whole bunch of time. Go ahead.
It was a nice move up, though, for Sylvain on his last lap.
Yeah. Good timing. But where is Moses? He is not gaining. He sometimes has some last-minute heroics, but I'm not going to do it this time.
No.
Here comes Bird, not going to improve. And Moses is where in his lap? He's not going to improve, just finishing now. Merche wasn't that confident. He's still racing out there.
And improving his time.
Is Derek going to get another lap in? I think he is. Does it show? Sometimes shows he's out there. Showing him anything? Yeah, he might get another lap in. Where is he? Just starting his lap. Yeah, he's getting another lap. Who else is out there? Sylvain. Yeah. Sylvain's still there. Oh, he just gave up. So all we got left is Derek.
And he's right on his time. Shoot, he only needs some 51
Oh, I know.
second here to
I know.
that top row.
And he just got it. He got it and lost it.
Nip and tuck.
And he can see that plus and minus gain that he has on his dashboard too. So
Yes, he can.
now whether he knows how close he is to the actual time, another question. Where is he in his lap? He's got to make up some time right now on this corner.
Last corner, he can do it. Always time to be gained or lost.
Oh, just barely. Not going to make it. Nice try, though. Right on his time.
Yeah.
There we have it. There is our board. There is our board. Helicam here. Just get some better. All right. So our podium is Merche, who gets an extra point for best lap. Next is Sylvain Dessard. And Derek Bird, third. Chris Moses not far behind. Patrick Larson and Christer Hort has a nice timing. And again, last week he had a nice time. He's sixth again. So that's kind of our top few cars. Let me just get away
right
from
now
this.
You have to say it's Christer, best of the rest, with a good time. Top 5, although with the exception of Merche, all looking pretty close in that 34 low range.
Yeah, I'm just going to set up a grid walk here for us to do once they get out on our warm-up lap. It's a little bit of a wild setup here for this. Wish they had an easier way to do it, but it's all sorts of buttons to hit. And I have to activate it. Something really weird too. Yeah, I get ready to go, but I got to get out on track for us to be able to do that. How's it going for your GT3 practice?
GT3 practice is going
I,
Let's just say I need a little bit more, my friend.
you know, somebody, Krister was mentioning, he says it's got a nice rhythm. I don't find it has a nice rhythm, this track, for me at all. So, although it's fun to race it, I just have a hard time getting finding the time on it. So,
You know, there is a nice rhythm. I think you know that you're getting pretty close to getting the track figured out when you do find when you go, oh, okay, there is a nice rhythm here. So I think maybe that's something to look to, or maybe to try to get to that place, because I feel the same way when I do start hooking up laps.
yeah, I didn't have.
And until then, it's like, oh,
Yeah,
what
yeah,
the hell's
yeah.
going on here?
Goddamn motorcycle tracks. I haven't had lot. I gotta admit, I haven't put hours and hours into it. I was away this year when it first came out, so a lot of guys were on it and played with it. I didn't play with it that much, so I just need time, I guess. Maybe next year.
Yeah, it's been a favorite of mine actually for a long time, going back to the old school sim days.
Oh
And
yeah,
I'm glad it's yeah. For me, it's a glad addition.
yeah, yeah. That's good. It was kind of a surprising addition, mind you, since it's only a kind of a motorcycle track, and I guess they do have GT races there. Just looking for what's next week. Oh, Watkins Glen next week. My favorite track. Now there's a track that has some nice rhythm to it.
It does.
Yeah. Classic track. Classic track.
It'd be fun to see how the Porsches get around that place actually.
We had a Watkins Glen late in the year last year, so all the new cars have been on it. So, but that's always a fun race because it's got such high speed. That high speed chicane is always exciting. My second favorite corner to Radion, I guess. And that's F1 this week is Spa. That's always fun to watch the F1 cars run around there. I won't.
And we can always hope for some rain, right?
Yeah,
As
yeah.
long as there's only a tenth of an inch, so they'll actually run.
Yeah, right. They won't spoil the qualification. Qualification's on Friday today, so they must have one of those weird race weekends in F1 where there's something going on tomorrow. But
For the love of God, no spoilers, please. It's on the
no,
GT.
the only thing I was just gonna say no spoilers. But this week, Verstappen has to take a five grid. He took an extra transmission, so he's got a 5 grid penalty.
Oh boy.
So that's gonna be interesting. All right, let's go into the track walk. And I gotta remember how to flip. Okay, there we are. Merche Ponoff, our pole position. Next is Sylvain. That's how we do it. Sylvain Dessart in that red leader. Derek Bird next. Let's wait for him to have a nice little view of his livery. Oh, I'm going to go into this other camera. It's a little bit better one. That's Derek Bird in the bluish car. Chris Moses. There we are. There's Chris in the orange one. Patrick Larson. Maybe I'll go to the Helicam and see if that's any better. Patrick Larson doesn't look. I don't know if he don't have his livery or if it's just a plain one. There's Krister in his new livery. Thomas Rainier. Oh, that's a terrible camera. There's Thomas Rainier in his Martini. Laszlo Nemeth. Jeremy in his black Porsche Classic livery. Terry Howard in a white car. Randy Zimmer, the other orange car. A lot of orange cars in this race today. Bob Laycock. Nikos is racing today. Good for you, Nikos. And last but not least, Willie Owen. And we are not quite close. We should be getting close to where people will be. I'm just getting off the grid walk mode. There we are. And everything, I'm not in driving mode actually. So there we go. There we go. So we're ready to go. We're coming up to the last couple of corners before the start-finish line. Everybody's caught up in the grid. That's always a lot of fun catching up when it asks us to go side by side.
Yeah, always some scrambling.
Yeah.
Pick up the pace there.
Yeah.
Slot in, just
Here. And we're getting ready to go. We're on board with I'll go on with Sylvain here. There we go. Green light, we're racing. And Murchie's coming off to block off Sylvain, it looks like. And as Derek got the inside, but everybody's just going to be in their normal routine there. Yeah, so very good start. Not too many side-by-sides. Everybody looks like they're through nice and safely. So let's get up here with the leaders. Nice lines, everybody in single file.
It was important for one of those guys up toward the front of the grid to get past Merche, but you know, it didn't happen. So now they're going to have to deal with a speedy Merche, maybe just taken off in front.
I'm just going to be quiet for a second so I can set up the timing tower properly.
While you do that, I can let everybody know that the field has got through very cleanly. No offs, no accidents. Lined up quickly, settled into their race, looking to make inroads.
Whoa! Moses just bounced all over the place there. And Derek's caught up to him because of that. Yeah, Moses just hit a curb and just bounced.
Yeah, easy on that little uphill right-hander. Easy to do.
Here, as you can see, the position changes from the start. Who gained? Terry Howard gained a couple there. It's kind of nice. And Chris got ahead of Bird, and Chris got ahead of Bird in somewhere along the line, but Bird's right behind him, so he's not happy about losing a position, I'm sure.
Yeah, I missed that one. I was a little further back down the field.
And Moses is right behind Sylvain Dessard now.
Big pressure. Didn't take a great line into the corner there, so Derek is going to be right there in this mix also.
So Murch has got almost a couple of seconds on everybody, but and these two in second and third here are going to start battling each other. Oh, Krister just went off. Let's try to find Krister and do a replay on that. What happened, Krister? Here's him in the red car. Run replay here. Where did he go off? He went off green here, still fine. Oh, there's our first little anxious throttle. Little anxious throttle on the throttle there. So
yeah, everything looked okay for him. It didn't look like he was going wide,
No.
going to hit the big
No,
bump or anything.
no,
but
just a little anxious on the throttle. I know I was going to race Porsche Cup, but then when they needed a broadcaster, I decided to broadcast instead. And what's going on here? Sylvain that's Merche he's up on. Merche must have had an issue.
it was Moses going for the pass on Sylvain.
Ah. And there he goes. Moses has got it inside. Derek's looking for it too.
It's been quite a fight between these three in the early laps. It looks like Moses might have the speed, but I'm not exactly sure about that.
Looks like the timing tower says they touched a little bit, but I don't think there was much of just a little paint trading there.
Boy, yeah, I don't know. Sylvain actually does look a little out of sorts. He might be a little slow here.
Yeah, I thought that was Panoff for a second. He's got the red car, but because he's up there by a couple of seconds, so they're going to have some catching up to do. So Chris is up 2 spots now. Look at that.
Yeah, Sylvain does look like he's struggling a little bit. I don't know if they're opening lap nerves and he can settle in. But in any event, he is being pressured by Derek, of course.
And Larson is not far behind Derek either. And Larson is in 5th place in the standings. Derek is still... Go ahead.
Yeah, from what I've seen, I think Patrick is going to have these guys fight a little bit to stay in contact. But maybe his race pace is a little bit better than his qualifying.
He's best lapper at the moment, 135.1, which he may have gotten a little faster by cutting a track here and there, but that's not the best Best lap.
Yeah, and speaking of best laps, it's now Merche with that 33.9.
Oh, wow. There, he's got it. He's back into the groove, isn't he?
Yeah.
So it looks like it's going to be between these four guys, unless Merche has some issues. That's great job by Merche. These guys are not no slouches, so he must have found something. But
It's really rare, particularly in a spec series like this. Very few, of course, setup adjustments, right? So
Yeah.
to find a second over the field,
yeah,
wow, impressive.
Chris is pulling away a little bit too from the crowd here. Just follow on with Bird. He's kind of in the middle of the sandwich. And down this. Oh, there was a pass here, it looks like.
Yeah.
Nemeth.
Nemeth now takes over ninth.
Let's just see if we can find that. There it was right there. Just outbroke Jeremy. That's a replay. Short replay. And we're back to live action. Okay, let's just go down the board here. There's Chris. He has got, I'm going to go cockpit mode. I like that. And this is Chris Moses is in second place. That's what he's looking at. So he's looking at a huge gap. And Sylvain Dessart in third. He's got a little bit of air between the two of them. And there's Derek. He's not a lot of gap there. And Patrick Larson. So that's the best little race going on here. Jeremy way back. Well, I'll keep going down the path here. There's Thomas Rainier. Terry Howard. Maybe I'll do a TV cam here. There's Terry Howard. Laszlo. And Laszlo just passed Jeremy. So Jeremy's still hurting from that one. So he's not going to let go yet. Randy Zimmer is not too far behind those two. Bob Laycock and Krister is harassing him right now. Let's just stick with this for a little bit.
Yeah, I think you should. It has been quite the tooth and nail fight for the last couple of laps.
Oh, he almost had the inside there. Yeah, Krister had that spin, and he's got some good pace, so he should be able to get by Bruce here, or Bob, I should say.
Right. Yeah, getting to and getting past, right?
Yeah. I got to get in the cockpit here. Here, let's watch him now. Oh, looks like he got by him there. Yes, he did. That was a nice, smooth job done by Krister there.
Got it done really clean, and he was given a lot of room there.
Yeah. Maybe Patrick wanted to live another day. So these three guys, let's just look at.
Moses has had a problem.
Uh-oh. What happened?
I did not catch it.
There, I'm going to go back a whole 30 seconds. Oh, just missed it. Just missed it. So he had a spin there. And we're going to have to watch that for the next little bit. So we're going to replay.
That would have had to have been a spin on his own.
Yeah. Well, look at this. Look at this. Now he went off again. So he's really upset. And a little bit of marbles on his tires, possibly.
Sure, that's going to throw a guy out of sorts.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Spinning from second place.
Yes. Well, he's got pace, though. He'll make up some of it, I'm sure. We're out of replay mode now.
Yeah, we'll see how much.
Yeah,
Interesting watch.
he's in seventh. And look at these two guys. We're back on some action here. This guy and this guy was a little bit further behind. So Derek, he got passed by Sylvain a while back, and he's just trying to get it back. It's nice to see a battle for second.
I have watched Sylvain pretty closely on some of his laps here, and he is taking kind of a clipped line into some of these corners. I don't think he's using all the track he can on entry on quite a few of them. I think it is hurting his lap-to-lap pace.
Just watch how he does from where Derek's watching. Might be something I can put up here that shows the time we have on there now is a session. It's called session best relative. I'm not sure what that means. Current lap and looks like Jeremy and Zimmer had a little touch because Jeremy's probably pretty close to Zimmer. But we'll stay with Derek here. And Sylvain for second place.
Yeah, quite the heated battle as you watch that. Also back there, a battle over ninth.
And Chris Moses, yeah, and Chris Moses is now starting to run up up the ladder. He's on Terry.
Well, the tires are working well for these guys now.
Yep.
They have an idea in anger about the kind of grip that they're going to have, following each other, trying to race each other. Of course, always quite a bit different than in practice. Moses did manage to slide by Howard there for the 6th position.
There we go. Patrick's falling a little bit behind from these guys. Maybe just sitting back waiting to see what happens up front.
I suspect he's pushing pretty hard, but he's able to hang with them. And of course, these guys are all relatively close there in qualifying, right?
Yeah.
So nip and tuck, more or less, I would say. Though it does seem to me like Derek Bird might have a bit more pace than
Yeah. And 12 minutes into the race, no. Whoa, Derek he just wobbled it there and lost a bit of time.
Yeah, big oversteer moment.
And heck, I think just Moses just passed somebody again. Up into 7th place.
He got past. Howard got past.
Oh.
Passed.
He passed Thomas, did he? Or Chris, I mean.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I think that has to be another moment for Chris.
I was just going to say, it must have been a moment because he's got a big gap there now.
Yeah, the Moses machine looks clean, so I don't see any contact causing that.
But that has spread these 3 guys out a bit, and Patrick has caught up to Derek a little bit. So things have spread out. Everybody's spread out a little bit. That's one Terry. Let's look at Terry here. Terry is right up Thomas's trunk. So that's the best little battle we've got. And I think I'll put the pit stops out here.
Moses wide again. They're on turn 1. Really flustered.
He is, eh? Just looking for our pit
that's
stops.
That's what it looked like to me.
Stick with Howard here. Go ahead.
Yeah, and as you watch that battle, I postulated Derek Bird might have a little bit of pace there on Sylvain, but well, now he just got back up, but Sylvain was able to hold that gap to about a second there for a lap or 2.
I think we're going to see this all race with these close battles. It's so easy to lose a little time with the Porsche Cup and on this kind of track, like you say. It's real easy in the heat of the battle to just give it an extra little shot on the throttle. And that's not a good thing with a Porsche Cup car.
Yeah, it really comes down to patience, right? And who wants to be patient when you're within half a second of the guy in front of you.
Wow, he's really up. He's got the pace. He's just got to get an opportunity.
He's got a great run off the last corner.
Whoa, look at that. He can feel it now. He knows he's really close. And so does Sylvain.
Yeah, I would think so. I think all he can see is the car behind him.
Yeah, I was going to look for a wing cam there for a second. See if I can.
saw Sylvain there actually not take a lot of the track, and that's the primary corner there into 2. Or not seeing him use as much of the track as he can on entry.
Patrick's not that far behind these two either, so anything that happens, yeah, he could gain a couple of spots pretty easy.
Yeah, as you watch that, the battle over.
Oh, looks like Zimmer had a problem. He's dropping down the leaderboard. We'll stick with this race here, though.
Yeah, and again, the battle over fifth has really heated up as well. Moses has just made that move again on right air. Let's see if he can hold on to it this time, Mike.
Yeah. Back and forth between these two, isn't it?
So it's 11 seconds, Moses to Larson.
Oh, something just happened up front. Bird just got by Sylvain. I'm going to go back and catch that one. This is a replay, and Bird gets by him somehow. A little bit of wiggle there by Sylvain there. Just see how this all shapes up.
Something into turn.
There, little slide. Just a little slide. Just a little slide by Sylvain. Just took one small error, didn't it?
Yeah, nice save there.
He did save it. You're right.
Slide on entry.
Yeah, did save it. I'm not sure if we're in live yet. Didn't see. Usually it twitches to live's camera. I'll get rid of the replay sign. So we're probably live by now. So where did Patrick end up in all this then? So he's now behind Sylvain. Why not too far?
Yeah, by not too far at all.
And how is our buddy Moses doing? He's in 5th place. And this is what he's looking at. He should be able to see Patrick at some point. Was he behind by? No, you can't see him just yet. He's 11 seconds to make up. That's a fair amount. But look, wait. Oh. And Sylvain just went off again. Take another peek. Oh, hit that curb. Heavy curb. Whoa, he was just flying around. And now Patrick has passed him. So, yes, Sylvain's having a heck of a time.
And Moses now, in the course of one lap, now 3 seconds behind 4th place with that mistake.
Wow.
Well, I suspected we might see offs from everybody, and well, if I may toot my own horn, we've seen exactly that. All the top, even the top guys.
Yeah.
Mistakes here and there.
Oh, I just got under with Howard. He made a wide turn, and he was very close to Thomas. And Christopher's making up some time here. This is the battle of the administrators. He is not that far behind Jeremy, right there.
Yeah, what was that? Did he get sent all the way to the back?
He spun out there and then dropped down to about 8th or 9th. Oh no, maybe more than that even. He's at 10th now, so.
I think it was more than that. So he's made a nice run back
Yep.
up.
And did Howard get by Nemeth? What happened here? Oh, there we are. Hit the wrong button. So Terry and Thomas are just at it. Here, let's get in his cockpit. I love Thomas's livery. It's a classic martini livery.
Yeah, for sure.
That's Moses up ahead of these two. He's not that far off now. Well, they're not that far off. But pawn off, got to mention Merche. Merche's 11 seconds up. Isn't that amazing with a Porsche Cup car? He's definitely.
Yeah, a full second clear off second place Derek Bird on that last lap.
He has found something big time. He's a great driver, but that's a lot of time.
Yeah, maybe the super secret.
Whoa! Thomas went off there a little bit, so Howard should catch up again. Getting to 20 minutes into the race, so the tires might have some issue. I wonder if this is a hard track on a Cup car's tires.
Yeah, I didn't get enough laps.
You would think there would be. There's so many corners here.
out there today too.
Yeah, I noticed Brad McKay put a little announcement. He's dropping the temperatures a little bit for the future races. A little bit hot the last couple of races, so
Oh, make it hard on them.
we got enough. We got enough excitement with the couple more wet races coming up.
Okay.
Whoa! Howard just went wide. There's all sorts of signs flying all over the place. So then he lost his. He's a little bit too ambitious there, and lost a bit of time. So where are our gaps? Oh, Krister is still. Ooh, Krister just went off a little bit. Let's take a quick 10-second peek at what happened there. Oh, good save, however. Look at that. He was sideways. Great save. Didn't lose hardly too much time. Oh, let's go. Something going on up ahead. Howard and Rainier just traded places, I think.
Yeah, so we have some pit stops coming in.
Ah, is that what it is? Oh, okay.
The swaps, yeah.
Okay.
Patrick.
All right, so we'll be all over the place now for a while.
Willie Owens in as well.
Good on Willie for racing. I wish I was out there with him because we're kind of the same in the same class, so he can. But he's just wants to get lots of track time in to improve. Did Krister just pass someone? It's like he traded places with Nemeth. Might have been something weird going on with the tower there because he's been following Jeremy for quite a while. Still is. So where are we going to see some strategies here for pit stops in the top 5 or 6? Who could do something here? It's pretty spread out, isn't it?
Yeah, these are actually some early stops.
Yeah, so there, yeah.
If they aren't having a little bit of trouble with their tires and wanting to make some adjustments.
Yeah, really Moses. Yeah, Moses and Larson came in a bit early, didn't they? Not quite 2 or 3 minutes before half time here, half race.
Yeah, and of course, as we know, those pressures can make such a huge difference. So you might want to get in there a little early and get them fixed up.
This is what's happening up ahead there. So on the board tower there is pit stop times. So it looks like Moses got a better pit stop than anybody else. 62 seconds time lost in the pit stop.
Yeah, Chris is generally pretty good at those stops. He actually puts a bit of time with practice into it.
So Chris there's harassing the boss there. He's pretty close. They just really close. Jeremy's going to enjoy that. He loves a race. And Krista.
Cameras always switch.
Oh, I'm doing that.
No.
Oh.
On my game.
Oh, your game. Oh, okay. Yeah, Krista, I'm sure would love to get ahead of Jeremy here. It's about the only close. Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what these two guys do in terms of stops. Will Jeremy come in first? Where are we in the lap? Okay, he's coming up to the pit lane entry there now. Jeez, I haven't practiced my pit lane entries on this track yet.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying.
You got to do that.
Get out there.
Here it is. Oh, I did take a couple. No, neither of them went in. This is a short entry, isn't it?
Yeah, and it is a difficult entry.
It is it? Yeah.
It's one
worth practicing. Okay, I will do that. Do that tonight. Oh, Krister just went way wide. Wonder if he's gonna get. I wish we could get a pit warning or a warning statistic on these director software, but doesn't look like nobody does that. So what do we got going here in terms of gaps? There's still lots of stuff to work out yet. Moses is 7 seconds behind Larson. Well, Bird and Larson are on the same lap. Let's just follow those guys a little bit.
Yeah,
This is for position. Yeah, this is for position.
the guys that have not stopped, by the way, really off their lap times, it should be said. So I think the
Oh,
players
is that right? Hmm.
Yeah, they are crying a little bit. At least
Oh, somebody just went off. That was Willie Owens just went off on the infield there. Krister is still harassing Jeremy. So we'll just watch these two. Just stay with the ones that are in for position. Let's just see if they...
look at that.
Nah, there we go. They're both coming in. Look at that. Ah, Krister was just waiting to see who blinked first. All right, so that's that. Just waiting to see who blinked first. We'll have to watch to see who comes out first. Larson just went over a curb there. Pretty heavy.
Yeah, it did look like Larson was, what, second and a half, thereabouts, when they came in for their stop. So he did pick up some time on Derek Bird.
Timing tower goes crazy when I see people in the pits and whatnot. No time yet for Krister and Jeremy coming out. Whoa. Patrick's all over Bird. They had some traffic there. Yeah, they had some traffic.
Okay, has just come into the pits.
All right. Yeah, Patrick and Bird got wrapped up in some traffic there. And are our boys out yet? Looks like Krister's out. Jeremy's not. What happened with Jeremy? What is going on there? Jeremy's sitting in those pits for some reason.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Something happened in the real world, possibly.
I can't recall if he had stopped prior, so I'm wondering if this is not a stop and go.
Oh, look at that! It doesn't show him. Well, it doesn't show him till he leaves. He's satisfied his pit stop. And he's still sitting there, so I wonder if he had a penalty. That'd be a shame because that was a good battle.
Yes, it was.
So this is the one that's closest. Bird and Larson. Merche is now out. And Bird is 19 seconds behind Merche. So he lost a little bit there. Merche had 62-1. That's not a bad stop. It was Bird who lost. He had a 66-second pit stop. 62 flat was the best one, and 62-1 for Merche.
Yeah, as you watch, as you take a look at that timing and scoring, Moses is just past Laycock for the 6th position.
Let's see if we can catch that. Go on replay here.
Yep, pretty easy pass in the end.
Does it?
Laycock didn't fight it.
Were they on different? They were on.
I believe so.
Yeah, there he goes. Yeah, he just let him go by. Not his battle. There we go. We're back to live action. So Larson and Bird are still at it, giving us a show.
Yeah, both those guys ahead of Chris Moses, who of course fall behind him in the overall point standings. Moses still close, might not give up too many points, but they're going to want to gain as many as they can, of course.
So Larson or Thomas and Howard are in the pits now. So we're gonna get a valid tower here soon. Yeah, Jerry must have had an issue because he stayed in the pits.
Well, that's too bad. It was a good race for him.
Yep. All right, so now the gaps will be where they should be. So yeah, great battle for second and third here. It'll be a great second half of the race. Chris Moses is not far behind. Let's just do a comparison here between Patrick and Chris Moses in terms of lap times for a while. Because I think the board will show us the lap times for each lap.
It'd be nice to see consecutive laps. On that last lap, however, they were about dead even. There were the 34.6.
Let's get in the cockpit with Patrick for a bit. I just love hearing those Porsche Cups wail away there at what do they top out at 8,000 RPM or something?
Yeah, well,
Insane.
that you noticed.
Yeah.
Let me just tell you this. I had the very good fortune of getting out to the Monaco Grand Prix last year. First time I'd seen Porsche Cups, which were running the same weekend. And they are loud.
Is that right, huh?
Yeah, no joke loud. Especially rattling off the buildings.
My only F1 time was a few years back. How loud are they these days? I know they changed the engine and whatnot a while back, and they're not quite as crazy loud as they used to be, the F1 cars.
No, I would say just the right amount. I would say just the right amount. So loud enough that you know where you're at, right?
Because I went over, I was in Austin, and I went over the pedestrian overpass while they were in practice. Holy smokes, that just, you felt your ears bleed, they were so loud.
Yeah, it actually wasn't too bad right next to the track.
Okay, that's changed quite a bit then.
But the Porsche Cups, on the other hand, yeah, they'll do some rattling.
They're wailing, huh? Laszlo is catching up to Krister here. Let's go in the cockpit. So yeah, Krister's got some action in his rear view mirror. I'll just keep an eye on Patrick and Derek also.
He does, and I have to say, I'm surprised Krister has slipped off of Howard as much as he has, really. I figured that he would have enough pace to be able to make up some ground.
He lost a couple of seconds in the pit stop there, you notice.
Yeah.
That's one of the issues. And go ahead.
As I watch that battle up toward the front, Moses has clipped about a second off third place Patrick at the moment, so making some small inroads to third.
Well, 4 seconds, lots of time left. He's probably going to be podium material. He should be able to catch up.
Yeah, well, we'll see. He's also been making a lot of mistakes here early in the race.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
His best time's only a third of a second better than these two guys, so
That's right.
he's got some work to do.
Yeah, and of course, but they have been fighting. It's gonna help him out, right?
Let's just go back and look at where everybody is in terms of the delta for start, position delta. There we go. So not much of a change on the podium side. Just Bird's up by 1 and Larson's up by 2. Nobody made huge moves except for Terry Howard. 3 positions. And Willie is still out there. Willie's still out there. Good to see you. Hang on there, Willie. I love watching. Do you watch his driver broadcast? They're fun to watch.
I have not caught one yet.
Oh, you got to do it. You got to look at it. It's called.
That down.
It's called Woes. WOES is his handle, I think, on YouTube. And I'd love to get him in the commentator booth sometime. He's fun to listen to.
I've heard good things, and I've been able to get on comms with Willie quite a bit in practice. I enjoy it.
Well, Laszlo is giving Krister a run for 8th position, that's for sure.
Best battle on the track at the moment. We'll see how that battle for second shapes up. But meanwhile, good battle for
Yeah, that's that's Laszlo getting back his ninth, eighth position. That's where he qualified. Krister's underachieving though. He was sixth in.
Yeah.
That was at the expense of Terry, and he was just behind Terry, wasn't he, at the pit stop? So he's lost quite a bit of time there.
Yeah, of course, like you say, had that big mistake early. You know, the thing about that, these types of cars, especially on this type of track, you really do have to stay patient if you make that mistake, that half spin, whatever, because you know the guy in front of you, it's so likely to happen. So you just
Another
have
one,
to
yeah,
hang in
yeah.
there. Yeah, keep your head down because there's a really good chance you're going to make that ground back up.
Except if you're Merche. Speaking of Merche. Speaking of Merche, let's do a lap with him in the cockpit. Let's give him some airtime here. That's the first corner, I believe. Second corner. Let's just see how he's doing it. Hitting every apex, using all the track. Nicely done. That's a corner you have to treat carefully. And this is kind of like the double apex one. Oh no, that's not the one I'm thinking of.
Really easy to get the cut here.
Yeah, this is the double apex one. 1 and 2. Beautifully done. Use all the track again.
Yeah, actually
That's
took an early entry there into that corner.
oh, he went a little wide that time. No, he didn't. Oh, maybe I gotta think about that one. That's maybe how I should take that corner. I don't think he uses the brake on that corner. He just lets off on the throttle. And the last corner, Campos, it's called, turn 14. Then up the straight. There's a lap with our lap leader. Okay, where are our gaps? Laszlo is still on Mr. Hoyort. Oh, he's got some pace there. It's a momentum. Is he going to be able to hold it? Chris has got to be feeling the pressure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Chris had that big spin and then he had that slide where he was sideways but caught it really quickly. Oh, there's a break. Late break.
Oh.
Very late break. That's Chris going to be able to come back. He wants to. Whoa, that was a risky move.
I think it was a bit of a mistake.
You think so? Yeah.
I think it missed his breaking point a little bit, and you know, sometimes it works out well.
Yeah.
If the guy isn't in front of you, if you don't plow into him, then you know.
Then it was skill.
That's right.
And it's so hard. It's so easy to miss your breaking point in some of these corners when you're really up close to somebody.
Right. Yeah, exactly right. Particularly on one of these technical tracks.
Yeah. Because you know you lose your vision a little bit, and then you know where you want to do it, and then you see it at the last second, and you miss it by a few yards. That's a big deal.
Yeah, I had quite the problem with that myself last night at Kyalami. Haven't gotten a lot of laps there in anger, so.
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to practice that one a bit.
That with that Thursday group.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I've got so much going on. I wish I could start a new group.
Oh, I shouldn't have.
Spreading myself thin. I've got to go to I'm manning a booth for electric vehicle cars for the Canadian Association of Electric Cars on the weekend. So I'm gonna Sundays is gonna be spent doing that, trying to talk people into buying electric cars. Well, since Laszlo got by Krister and he's pulling away slightly, we are into one of these. Everybody's got a lot of space.
Yeah, really settled in. Not much race left to go here, Mike. I think most interesting at the moment is really Derek Bird pulling a bit of a gap on Patrick Larson. Moses has not made up.
No, I was just looking at that. Yes, 5 seconds. He had 4 a while ago, so he's not making up much time. It's going to be between.
I think another very impressive drive is Sylvain. Now he's hanging in there, running similar lap times as Moses and the guys in front. So he's picked up some time than what he was running there in the first stint.
And you look at where everybody's been. There's very few guys who have lost. I know Sylvain had that big spin there, and Moses did too. But Moses is back where he started, in 4th place. That's a great recovery. I'm going to put up the standings again, just so we can remind ourselves that's what's going to happen there. And there's the standings. Ooh. Wait a sec. Let me get rid of that for a second. These guys are getting pretty close together. Oh, that's traffic. That's traffic. With there's going to be some huge, with Steve and Moses having Steve out and Moses in 5th. That's going to change the standings quite a bit. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah, that's right. They're all those top 3, and you have to figure they're going to be rivals, of course, in the rest of the season, right? So
Yeah, that's
it's
the.
going to be a nice group for all those 3 guys.
That is Porsche Cup for you. Standings can change in a minute, so it's going to tighten things up big time.
Yeah, and interesting you mentioned Steve Young. He's not one typically to miss races. So
No, something up, yeah.
on the home front.
So Krister's kind of staying with Laszlo. He'll be in a good position if Laszlo makes a slight mistake, right?
Oh, I'm sorry, Miss Grizzly Bath Club. They're on Twitch asking about how to sign up.
For eSeniors? On Twitch.
Yep, Grizzly, it's a 50 plus league. As it says at the top of the feed, if you're still around, the Discord will have a There you go.
60.
There you go, Grizzly. Welcome.
Just a young'un, 64. Yeah, yeah. Let's just check the feed here too on YouTube. What people are talking about.
Yeah, great community, Grizzly. So welcome, jump on in. Plenty of voice over IP guys chatting that night.
Wait a sec. How fast are you, buddy? That depends how fast. Yeah. How fast are you?
Yeah, right. We need to do a lap percentage on the plus side. The negative side, excuse me. Let's check that out.
This is our only battle here, Krister and Laszlo. I hate that camera.
Last lap, 35.9, so a full second off third place Larson.
Yeah,
Very good for that podium.
he's not making. He's not making any notes today, Chris. Ooh, looks like Laszlo made a slight mistake as Krister's caught up with him a little bit. Oh, Krister lost a little bit there. 1.3 seconds behind now. Ooh, Howard and Rainier all of a sudden are close. Something happened there.
Yeah.
Something happened there. Howard must have had a little bit, or Rainier must have had a little issue. So now we have 2 battles. Something to watch, huh? Something to watch in the last 5 minutes of the race.
Yeah, we love it too, Grizzly. What kind of hardware are you running? You have yourself a good force feedback wheel. You have yourself a stout PC. Or are you more of a basic guy, which is great too.
I wonder how many of our guys are running still on G29s, for example.
There's a few out there.
Ooh, Laszlo just had an issue. Laszlo just had an issue. And let's go back 30 seconds and just see what happened to Laszlo. Remember we were saying Krister was in striking distance, everything happened. So here's it's going to happen a little bit later in this 30-second replay. See, yeah, because Krister was, what, a second behind him. Oh, just a little hard, just a little touch on the throttle again. Doesn't take much, does it? Straightened himself out quite nicely.
Hardly anything.
And then we're back to the live action. Well, there you go. Krister made up a spot.
solid there, Grizzly. I like it. I'm on the old Club Sport 2.5, so talk about old. It's an old one, but comfortable. It's important.
Terry's giving it all he's got. He's I can hear his tires complaining there along these corners. He's right up there on Thomas. It'll be a
Laps are running out. It's
good finish. Yeah, it's a good finish. He's going to see that. He's going to see that. He's got to make it happen sooner, or it's not going to happen. Just going to go away here and fix up. Don't want to jinx anybody, but I'm going to start fixing up my podium.
Yeah, as you do that, I can let anybody tune in late. It's been the Merche show here at round 4 of the Valencia Porsche Cup here at eSeniors. Been a good fight over the battle for second over the course of the entire race. Derek Bird, Patrick Larson, Chris Moses went up there. Sylvain also running in that top 5 and running with those guys early on. Good battles throughout the field, though, it has to be said. We have lost, well, I can't remember who we lost.
We lost Jeremy. That's Jeremy. That's it.
Jeremy, that's right, yeah. But as I say, good battles throughout the field. They have swapped positions often in the tough Porsche Cup class. Best battle at the moment, the one you've been watching, over 6. Rainier and Howard. Still hard fought, and that will be 3 laps to make the move happen for Howard.
Yeah, that battle's still hot and heavy. It's about the only thing that's probably going to happen unless somebody has a big disaster. You know, we haven't had anybody run out of fuel for a long time. There's a commentator's curse for you, huh? But you never know. Somebody could just hit the throttle just slightly too much.
Yeah, there's plenty of gaps close enough.
Yeah.
Even a small mistake can make a big difference here late. But I have to think a lot of guys at this point, probably with the exception of Rainier and Howard, are really trying to.
In cruise mode, yeah. Yeah, cruise mode, yeah. And Howard's not giving up. He wants that spot. I'm not sure where. Go ahead.
One thing I've been curious about, and changing any standings really, are the cuts. So I haven't seen anybody run afoul of that yet.
No.
That stop. So that's good anyway.
Yeah, we were just wondering whether Jeremy had a drive-through or something, and that's why he stayed in the pits. But he's not one to usually quit. He wants his points, so something must have happened. A dog chewed a wire on his rig. Forget his dog's name.
We've had squirrels.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. I think Krister has a dog too that you hear once in a while in the background. 1 minute left. Oh, there's one. Thomas just had a little slip. Terry's side by side with him now. Let's go to the helicam. Oh, yes.
Oh.
And there it goes. That one little slip. That's all it took. It's almost unfortunate, isn't it? We were just talking about it.
Howard had a great chance, really, to get a good exit off the last corner, and he just kind of blew it. Got his braking a little late, but trying to come back.
They're right up on each other's tail. Where are they in the lap? This is going to be possibly the last lap. They might get one more in.
Okay, the leader's on the final lap now.
The leader's on the final lap, so they're going to get another lap out of this. Which is
Big
great.
slide for Howard there.
pushing hard. Let's go in his cockpit for fun and see how his wheel inputs are going. Just listen to those tires. I can hear them anyway. My headphones. So they might get another lap out of this. Because Murchie's on his last lap, so they're going to go by the start-finish line before he finishes lap. So that we're going to get another lap out of this action. Oh, Terry pushing it. Is he going to have the momentum?
That time he got the run that he should have had the last lap.
Yeah. It's not making up too much time. But pretty damn close for this corner, which is one you can cheat on a little bit. Oh, nicely done for both of them. This is a great view.
Oh.
Yeah, he had to hit the... well, he held the gap. Thought maybe he had to lay up there.
I think he was thinking about
He's thinking about it again.
The leader has finished the race.
Way to go, Murchie. Finished the race. Great job. But this is a heck of a battle. We got to stay with it. He is trying everything. Look at that. Just nose to bumper. Oh, he's got a little bit there. Nope, not going to make it happen there. Good racing on these two. Just good job.
Yeah, absolutely. Howard has had a few opportunities to try to make that dive bomb, and he just hasn't,
No.
which is probably for the best.
Yeah, I was just going to say with a Porsche Cup car. Oh, and a little wiggle. That's gonna do him in. And a little wiggle. That's probably gonna be the last of it. So we didn't catch our guys going over the start finish line, but we couldn't leave this battle.
Yeah, who cares about those guys?
Yeah.
Good racing.
All right, there you go. So I'm gonna skip over here to see if I can grab people off the board there for a interview. Let's switch over to the intro screen, and there is our podium. I'm going to grab Murchie. Here's Murchie. Hello, Murchie. Just hang on for a second. Derek Bird. We got everybody today in the interview room. Let us start. Way to go, Gerd. There's our podium. Murchie Ponoff, Derek Bird, and Patrick Larson. Let's start with Patrick. Go ahead, Brad. You want to ask the questions this week?
Well, it was quite the mix up there. Patrick, it did seem like you maybe were not showing exactly the pace you wanted to have early, but late you put it together. Nice podium, my friend. How'd you do it?
Patrick? Hello, Patrick.
Hello.
There you go. Did you get the question?
No?
How was your race? That was an interesting race for you.
Yeah, it was fun. so difficult car. So last minutes it was so slippery.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
have Chris Moses behind me, so little worried.
Well, you made up 2 spots from qualification. That's good.
Yeah, that's so nice.
Yeah, good.
It's a real fun car.
Do you like it?
When you enter the Ferrari afterwards, it's quite easy.
Interesting track, motorcycle track, isn't it?
Yeah. But it was nice.
How about you, Derek?
Yeah, it was good fun again. Enjoyed it. No touching match today though, was there? Really fast.
Yes, we're going to get to Murchie in a minute to see how he did that. But he had a heck of a...
He's flying.
I was struggling though in the race pace. It was way off what I could do. I was doing mid 34s and normally getting into the 33s in race. I'm getting anywhere near it today. But looks like the others were struggling with it as well because they weren't catching me. So happy with second today.
Yeah, it was a real battle of mistakes, it seemed like, with you guys fighting over second place. So, do you think it
Yeah.
was a battle of mistakes? Yeah, do you think you just more consistent than those guys up there to take that second place?
Yeah, maybe a bit more consistent because looks like they had a few offs when I was watching the times behind me when I was going towards the end. They kept dropping back a bit, so I think that looks like they were struggling a bit. But yeah, first stint I managed to keep it together. Moses, Chris Moses and Sylvain, they had a couple of offs, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did.
And
And
to get by, they're enough, so that enabled them to get into second and hold onto it. But yeah, I think film was struggling today though. The looks I was watching the times and they were dropping further and further back. So
Murche, what was the secret today? You just took this race by storm.
I don't know really.
You don't know.
practicing.
I was practicing before the race. I guess I made some custom setup that suited me.
Well, you sure looked like you had a setup that was good, was favorable for this crazy little motorcycle track.
That's exactly what I was going to ask, Murche. Just how much do you plan on charging for that setup now?
Yeah.
No, it is fine. It is fine. I was just changing settings by practice.
You found a cheat. You found a cheat. You must have found a cheat.
Yes, I did.
He did something right with it, didn't he?
Oh yeah, he's just second. I think he was half a second up on everybody, lap after lap. Yeah. Well, good job. This finish with Steve Young not being here today. This is going to shake up the standings quite a bit. We'll have to watch that later in the next couple of minutes there when the standings come out. But that's going to be good. Shake up the standings is always a good thing. You don't like people running away with things.
Yeah, it's going to make it interesting, isn't it? Last few races.
Next week is Watkins Glen. That's always a fun one.
Not a good track for me, that.
Okay.
Yeah.
How come?
And how are the cars going to get around Watkins Glen? I mean, obviously, way different track from what we had this week. How do you guys plan on? How do you think the cars are going to get around there?
Slowly, I think, for me.
What is it you don't like, Derek?
I don't know. I just don't gel with that track. I struggle with it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I've had a good result there.
Yeah, it's across the pond. That's why you haven't had enough time.
But yeah, get some practice during the week.
All right, guys. Thanks for a great race. It was actually pretty good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for the stream.
We'll
Great driving.
we'll see you all next week.
Yeah. Okay. Bye bye.
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 Thank you, Brad, and we'll see you next week hopefully too.
Hey, that's great, Mike. Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, signing off from